Like I said, they're very attentive to every little thing. So, most practices kind of start off slow so they can teach, and then it'll start to ramp up to where you don't have to slow down throughout the rest of the day.
And when you look at just how training camp has been I think this is your 6th year now, right? When you come into a camp, how long does it usually take for you to find the characteristics of a certain team?
I definitely think it takes a while, but I think for us, like we've said before, that we've had a lot of guys here for mostly over a month or close to a month. So we've kind of started to try to find ourselves and try to find that identity already.
You talk about working on your off-ball game a lot. How much do you feel like you've grown in that aspect?
I think I've grown tremendously. Like I said, since we hired Luke, that was one of the things. I mean, he came and was like, obviously you're going to have the ball in your hand a lot, but to truly be a better player, you have to be able to shoot the ball and work off the ball, and those are things that we hit the ground running starting in, I think, like June. So it's been a lot. It's definitely different from anything I've done before, and I've said that before, but
thing both on the court and off the court.
It's definitely grown. Obviously, he's been here for maybe 8 months, but he's someone who's, one, easy to get along with, easy to get to know, and on and off the court. I mean, he's a willing passer. He wants to get you open, so it's easy to play with somebody like that.
Does it take an adjustment to play with someone like that if you're not used to playing with a big man who's so in charge of distributing the ball?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I mean, we all know that he can pass the ball, but we all know that he can score the ball as well. And I had never played with a big who you can really just play through like that. So it's definitely an adjustment period, but he makes the game easier for everybody.
Hey, what's your thoughts on Kevin Huerter? He's been playing with you, been seeing him on your circuit, practically all your basketball life. But what is it like playing with him right now?
I think Kevin has a lot more game than people give him credit for. Obviously, that series, the Philly series, you kind of saw what he could do off the dribble, but most people think he's just a catch and shoot type of guy. But he's able to do a lot of things, and then he's 6'7", 6'8". He's a lot bigger than people think as well. I didn't know he was that big, even playing against him. But he does a lot of things off the court, whether if he can handle the ball, do pick and roll, catch and shoot, or just play off of closeouts. He can do a lot of things offensively.
What his attitude is like, his personality is like? He's really laid back and calm, cool,
super laid back. But I mean, once he steps on the floor, he's ready to go.
I know there's so much of focus on what you guys are doing right now, but do you allow yourself to, maybe it happened earlier in the summer, but do you allow yourself to kind of look at the way the league has evolved, different teams have maybe added or subtracted, and where they kind of stand around you guys?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, those are things that you pay attention to, but for us, I think we definitely control our own destiny.
Accountability is a word that's come up a lot here the last couple of years. What I don't know. What do you think it takes to achieve good accountability, and what signs might you be seeing?
I mean, for one, it's you can't be afraid to say something, and for one, Mike is gonna say something about everything. If it's small, he's gonna say something. If it's big, he's gonna say something. And I think that's one thing that good teams want and they need. Because little things start to add up. We've talked about that for years. Mixed boxed out, a slightly missed defensive assignment that can just break down an entire possession. If he sees something, he's going to say it, and that's good. But also when we're playing, he's going to say it, but not to the point where it's going to slow us down for a minute or two and guys start getting stiff. So he's going to say it, get what he has to say out, and then we keep going.
Thank you, guys.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Good to see you, folks. Congrats on the match.
Thank you.
It makes it easier for me to find other players or finish myself, since we got shot. Now they might not help as much.
How comfortable are you trying to make an impact off of the ball on offense?
I'm comfortable. It's been my game as long as I can remember. And here I'm just having a bigger stage to do it.
How do you feel like you're having to play catch up since you missed all the time working out with everybody before camp started when you were off in Europe?
Not really. This is day 2 of training camp, and everything they did in summer is you can't imitate it. We come here, they're explaining everything from scratch, so not really.
What is your thoughts, your perspective of playing with Kevin right now? I mean, you're going to be hitting him on that wing a lot.
Yeah. Oh, he's great. You know, he's a knockdown shooter. He can also play the pick and roll, and that's what I'm most excited about. You know, he's a smart player, and I feel like we're both going to help each other on the court.
Domas, last year you guys were, I think, 27th in defense. I mean, in rebounding. How do you get these guys to rebound with you? I know you're a great rebounder, but in order to go up the ranks, you got to get everyone involved.
Yeah, everyone has to be involved, especially nowadays in the league. Everyone's crashing. There's no transition. Everyone's just crashing in. So it's tough because you're in a play and you're in the help side or weak side, or even pick and roll, and then suddenly everyone's crashing in. You know, so just got to get that stamina up, where you just got to always find your man.
What's it going to take for this team to be better defensively?
Energy, focus, just pushing ourselves to be better. You know, coach is putting in all of his defensive rules. They're pretty straightforward, and I think that's going to help us.
You have a game early next week. It's a preseason test. I mean, do you just feel that it comes at the right time, or I know you're not in control of the schedule?
Oh, as players, we're happy. The more games we can get, better. You know, and that's where we can really. That's more like a practice for me, I would say, because it's real defense, real game. Then you really see whether you're messing up or you're doing great, you know, and those are real live reads. So I think it's going to be good for us.
Is it tough for some guys in camp, and especially in that first week, especially guys who are established and know they're going to be here, to show a physicality in camp, whereas when you go up against opposition, you want to show that physicality?
I guess, you know, you definitely want to save your body sometimes, especially as a big guy, and be banging all the training camp. But at the same time, we're trying to change the narrative here and lead the team to better things. So with Fox and I, we got to show that since day one.
Rashawn thinks you guys will fit really well together. What do you think about pairing in the front court?
I think it's great. I think there's definitely going to be times where coaches are going to want to use this together. I don't know how long, minutes or quarters, and we're going to try and do it to our best ability. Now it's training camp, so there's a lot of players, but as the roster gets decided, I feel like we will practice that more.
What are your impressions of Neemias out there on the court? He's a big boy.
Yeah, I think he's great. He's improved a lot over the summer. He's worked really hard, and I'm excited for him. Hopefully he gets an opportunity to show what he's been doing.
You've heard about the playoff drought here and how long everybody's kind of waited to get back there. What have you kind of allowed yourself at all to think about what that might be like to be a part of kind of a special run, if you guys can do that?
You know, it's everyone gets asked that question, but it's a new year. We're a whole new team, whole everything. Everybody has that same goal, is to come and have a successful season. And by doing that, if we also break this streak, obviously it would be really special, and it would mean more.
Thank you, guys.
Cool. Thanks, man.
That's awesome. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Rapid fire.
Exactly. Sure. Yeah. Sure. You run down. Yeah.